First this morning, early voting kicking off in Clayton County. In about 30 minutes, you're taking a live look at one polling place. We're following the race for the county's next sheriff.
A new era for the Atlanta Hawks. Less than a week after the former coach was ousted, we're learning more about who's taking his place. We're live for you with a breakdown on the incoming head coach.
It will be very windy this afternoon. In fact, we have a wind advisory that kicks in at 10 a.m. and will last through 7 p.m. Does that mean you're going to need a coat for this morning? I'll let you know coming up.
And it's a rough ride on the east side. They're finally moving this wreck out of the 3 left lanes, 285 south at Memorial Drive. But unfortunately, the damage is done.
11 Alive Morning News starts now.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for waking up with us on your Monday. I'm Aisha Howard.
I'm Cheryl Preheim. Starting off a new week. It is February 27th. Let's get straight over to meteorologist Chesley McNeil. Chesley, you're watching some wind advisories.
Yeah, the winds will start to pick up on us as we head toward the afternoon. Right now, the winds are calm just about everywhere you look. We do have some clouds in place, but no rain coming out of those clouds yet. Rain will start to move into our area. Likely by mid-morning, we could see an isolated shower or two. Not everyone gets wet. It's a 30 to 40% chance. Fog as well. You got zero visibility over in parts of Rome, 1 mile visibility over toward Canton. Mainly north of the city of Marietta is where you're going to find that. Once you get down toward Marietta, that's where you'll find 10 miles visibility, which is excellent visibility. Even further south, looking pretty good this morning. So we're watching the areas up there to the north this morning for the fog. Temperature-wise, it's mild. We got temperatures in the 50s just about everywhere you look. 60s down toward Peachtree City, Thomaston, and over toward LaGrange. 59 degrees in Atlanta. 49 up in Blairsville. That is the cool spot for this morning. All right, the winds, again, picking up. In fact, we have a wind advisory that will start at 10 a.m. It will last until 7 p.m. We're looking at sustained winds out of the southwest, anywhere between, we'll say 15, 25 miles per hour. Gusts will be in the 30 to 40 mile per hour range. And so that means you need to anchor down anything that's loose that's around your house that can blow away, folks. Be very careful out there, especially if you drive high-profile vehicles. Our forecast track model shows the clouds this morning, but once we get toward the afternoon, we'll say mid-morning into the afternoon, that's when we'll start to see some of these isolated showers beginning to break out. They'll stay with us right on through the rest of the day. It's not until that front moves through the area that we'll see our rain threat go down. In fact, we're going to clear it out through the overnight, get some sunshine back in here for tomorrow. It's going to be a nice Tuesday, but for today at least, we got 67 degrees by noon, on our way to 73 for an afternoon high. A bit warm, a bit windy out there. Just grab a hat. That's all you need. You don't need a big coat. Don't worry about that. Let's go to Crash Clark now with a check on the traffic.
All right, Chesley, appreciate that. Yeah, we're going to pull the red alert because we got a little bit of good news here. Most of this wreck now is off to the right. They may be partially blocking a right lane. You know the move over law anyway, so you want to give them that right lane if they are off to the right. But damage done, as I mentioned early, 285 south, the wreck just past Memorial Drive, and things are still very slow back towards Church Street. I don't think you need the alternate for this one. Hang in there, but tack on a good extra 10 minutes coming down that east side perimeter, because as I mentioned, those delays stretched almost back to Church Street. Going to take a little while to recover, especially now that we're getting into the thick of the rush hour. Speaking of that, here it comes, 316, making your way out of Lawrenceville, trying to jump onto 85 south. We are definitely seeing the crowds coming, so the big three will start filling up, but it's all about that east side, 285 southbound, right past Memorial Drive. Aisha?
Today, people in 2 metro areas will head to the polls for early voting ahead of next month's special election. This is a live look this morning at one of several polling places in Clayton County that's going to open up a little bit later this morning. That one was the Forest Park Senior Center. Polls open at 8 there in Clayton County, so a couple of hours for you. This election is significant. It is the first time in a long time they're going to vote and get a new sheriff.
No doubt. It comes as former Sheriff Victor Hill is waiting to be sentenced on federal charges. Hill was convicted for violating the rights of several jail detainees. There are 5 candidates who want to take his spot. We'll have more on the candidates and early voting coming up for you in your 11 minutes of nonstop news. This is also the start of early voting today for Mableton. Voters decided to make it a city in November, so it will be the first election with cityhood. Voters will choose a mayor and city council members in Mableton this morning. Polls open at 7 o'clock. Early voting continues through the 17th of March.
Right now, police are searching for a shooter after a man was killed in broad daylight in a Midtown neighborhood. The shooting happened in the Loring Heights neighborhood along Deering Road. Police tell us the shooter could be driving a silver Nissan Maxima. Neighbors we spoke to say it is normally safe there. Police don't believe the victim actually lived in the complex. Anyone with information can call Crime Stoppers.
This week, people will be gathering at the state capitol to call on lawmakers to strengthen Georgia's gun laws. Groups like Georgia Moms Demand Action and Students Demand Action are meeting with lawmakers. They say they want to see gun safety measures pass this legislative session. Lawmakers have already filed a number of gun-related bills. The rally starts at 9:30 tomorrow morning.
We're following a big story for you this morning. The Atlanta Hawks expected to officially introduce Quinn Snyder as the new head coach later this afternoon. This morning, people are reacting to this decision. Molly Oak is live in Atlanta with the latest. Molly, moved in fast.
And it's a return to Atlanta for Coach Quinn Snyder. He was the team's head assistant coach 9 seasons ago. He'll be the 15th head coach in franchise history. According to ESPN, it's a 5-year deal that could see him on the sideline as early as tomorrow. At 56 years old, he led the Jazz to the Western Conference semifinals 3 times before resigning in the spring. The Jazz had the best winning percentage in the Western Conference over the span of his final 6 seasons in Utah. General Manager Landry Fields talked earlier this week about the type of coach they were looking for.
Well, it always starts with a shared vision, and I always simplify that as being a championship caliber franchise. And that's not just with our goals, that's our day in and day out approach. Character is something that is going to be high on our list, and I think it's a big, broad word, but for us, having a great degree of emotional intelligence, being able to connect not just with staff members, but also with players is going to be high on the list.
Our Maria Martin confirmed that Snyder arrived in Atlanta over the weekend. The Hawks just have 21 games left in the regular season. Guys.
Molly, thank you. All new this morning, we have just learned that today Comcast will announce a $2 million investment into the Hidden Genius project, which will be coming to Atlanta. The program helps create spaces and support for young Black men wanting to learn more about computer science, software development, entrepreneurship, or wanting to get some leadership skills. It's going to provide them with opportunities to learn about STEM and the growing technology sector. Great idea, Chesley.
Absolutely. Hello, Winder. Good morning to you. Waking up to mostly cloudy skies so far this morning. Temperatures right around 55 degrees. We'll see some rain coming in by mid-morning going into the afternoon. It'll be isolated showers. Not everyone getting wet at the same time. 30 to 40% chance for it. Just carry the umbrella with you just in case. 72 degrees will be your temperature by noon today. Actually, that'll be your afternoon high for temperature for today. 69 will be your temperature by noon. So that's reversed just a little bit right there. But you understand what I'm saying. Welcome back to the show, folks. We are tracking a front. It's back off to the west of us. Not a whole lot associated with it right now. The main area of low pressure associated with this is sliding up toward the north and east. We have a trailing cold front that's going to make its way through our area. Will bring us that scattered or isolated variety of rain, especially as we head through the afternoon. We'll watch as the front itself pushes through the area, which could maybe have an embedded thunderstorm or two, but we're not anticipating any severe weather. Ahead of this front is where the winds have already begun to pick up. And we'll see those winds gusting this afternoon up to about 30 to 40 miles per hour, which means, wind advisory kicks in at 10 o'clock this morning and will last through 7 o'clock tonight. There's that front. Better look at it there. The warm front pushing through the area now, so we're already in that southerly flow, but those winds will start to pick up on us a little bit. Again, isolated showers could break out at any time, but a little bit more likely once we get past 11 o'clock this morning. We'll give it a 40% chance for the rain. That front passes through our area and will dry it out. Won't cool down, but we'll dry it out. So Tuesday, the best day of the week. That's my pick right there. Mostly sunny skies. Rain comes back to us by Wednesday. We'll have mostly cloudy skies, 30% chance of rain. Really have a good chance for that rain coming to us by Thursday and Friday. Another front will move through, which could bring some severe thunderstorms. Here's our forecast track model. You can follow along with you at the time right there at the top of the screen. Shows that isolated variety. So not everyone getting wet, but carry the umbrella with you just in case one pops up over your area. Here's a better look at that front coming through by tonight. This is by 8:30, 9 o'clock. Starts to push through, and look at that. Yep, we begin to clear it out. It's going to set us up for a mostly sunny day on Tuesday. Beautiful afternoon. Go ahead and take advantage of that. Make your plans now, because there you go. Clouds will roll back in overnight going into Wednesday. We'll wake up Wednesday with mostly cloudy skies, and then scattered showers will come back to the forecast area and remain there for the rest of the week. Crash Clark, how's the ride?
Well, unfortunately, my friend, it's getting worse on that east side perimeter. Look on the right side of your screen there. That's folks traveling 285 southbound, and that's all because of the wreck that blocked multiple left lanes for a good amount of time. It's now all off to the right, but unfortunately, it's now mixing with the regular rush hour that's approaching at 7 o'clock. So southbound 285, the wreck is itself again off to the right at Memorial, but boy, look at that now, solid back almost towards Highway 78, your Stone Mountain Freeway. May want to consider taking 85 into Midtown and then taking the connector to I-20 and re-entering, because that doesn't seem to be getting any better. Speaking of I-20, heads up, it's a stall in the left lane, I-20 eastbound at H.E. Holmes. That's going to slow your ride right around the perimeter as you make your way into town. And there is some of that backup along the east side perimeter. Oh, it is a slow go. If you're going to step out of the house and risk it, you better tack on at least a good 15 minutes. Aisha?
Crash, thank you. All new this morning, we are introducing you to Georgia's youngest hydroponic farmer.
Since the COVID pandemic, the Atlanta Community Food Bank has reported a 300% surge in the people asking for help.
Christy Diaz met one Gwinnett County 12-year-old determined to be part of the solution.
Past the living room chess set, on the way to the front door, lives a farm. And the 12-year-old who tends it.
This is my hydroponic farm with my mobile units. I grow a lot of produce here like tomatoes, strawberries, dazzling blue kale.
Hydroponics is a method of growing food in nutrient-rich water instead of soil. Since it doesn't require land, it's a good way to grow a lot of food in a small space.
I think hydroponics is the best way to combat food insecurities.
Most of what Milan James grows, he gives away.
One hydroponic can feed more than 100 people. Just one. Just imagine if you had 12. This food is healthy for you. Please ring the bell.
We went with him on his recent trip to the local food bank, the Southeast Gwinnett Co-op.
Come on in.
Thank you.
A place that prides itself on providing quality, healthy food.
So we know that some folks that don't have enough money tend to buy calories, but the fresh fruits, the fresh vegetables, milk, those things that are more expensive at the grocery store, that's where the quality is, and that is what people want to give their kids.
Before the pandemic, 1 in 7 children in the metro were identified as food insecure. According to the Atlanta Community Food Bank, those rates have increased about 20%. Now the answer to helping hungry kids could be this kid.
I just wanted to know how I can really help people that need it the most by using farming without having to rely on seasons.
He is 12 years old in his body, but in his heart and soul, he's a full-grown man.
Christy, Milan has me questioning what am I doing with my life to contribute to the world. I'm just really thinking deep right now. This 12-year-old has my wheels turning. Tell us what is next for him.
Well, I know. I feel you. If he's doing this at 12, what's he going to do at 24, right? But right now, he's working on becoming a certified organic farmer, and ultimately, he'd like to partner with a local group to put urban farms in neighborhoods around Atlanta. And eventually, he'd like a bigger space so he can move those mobile farm stands out of the foyer. Guys.
All right, Christy, he is going to be an awesome man to watch here in the future. We are so proud of his efforts changing his community. Still to come this morning, Atlanta police are searching for the person who they say shot and killed someone at a West Midtown apartment complex. In your 11 minutes of nonstop news, we are live in Atlanta with the latest from police.
You're watching 11 Alive Morning News. 11 minutes of nonstop news starts now.
Deering Road, around.
I got a 2-year-old.
Still trying to.
People in one Midtown neighborhood shaken up after a man was killed. What we know right now as police work to find the shooter.
A Georgia man goes on a trip to Louisiana. His family says they haven't heard from him since. We have the latest on the search for him and his disappearance.
You wouldn't know it right now because the winds are calm, but we're going to see those winds really pick up this afternoon. We're under a wind advisory until 7 o'clock. What does it mean for you? I'll let you know coming up.
It's a very slow recovery. 285 southbound on the east side perimeter and brand new trouble on the west expressway. Rush hour starting to heat up.
We are following the latest on a search for a suspect who police say shot and killed a man at a West Midtown apartment complex.
Our Molly Oak has been on top of this story for almost 4 hours now and has the latest.
This morning, police are looking for a suspect, saying that person drives a silver Nissan Maxima. Take a look at your screen. Here's video from the scene. Police say this shooting was targeted, saying the victim and suspect knew each other. It happened Sunday afternoon around 2:30 at the Atlantic Loring Heights apartment complex in Midtown off Deering Road. When police got there, they found the man shot several times. He was rushed to Grady, where he died. And we're still working to learn the name of the man killed. If you have any details, call police. Back to you all.
Sticking with your 11 minutes of nonstop news, new from overnight, a family left devastated after an apparent fire at an apartment in Lithonia.
Thankfully, nobody was hurt, but the damage is terrible. One mother walked us through the video of what's left of her apartment unit at the building on Sutliff Square. She says it started as a grease fire in her neighbor's unit, then spread.
The ceilings are down, the clothes are wrecked, furniture, everything's gone. I have 4 small children, which I don't know what I'm gonna do.
People who live there tell us there is also some water damage to other units. The Red Cross is stepping in to help.
Right now, police are searching for this missing man from Walton County. Family members tell us 42-year-old Nathan Miller was last seen just before midnight Thursday, leaving a downtown bar in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Anyone who can help find him is urged to call Crime Stoppers.
The Atlanta Hawks will officially introduce the new head coach, Quinn Snyder, this afternoon. He signed a 5-year deal. Snyder was the team's head assistant coach during the 2013-2014 season. Our Maria Martin reports he was set to arrive in Atlanta last night.
Some crazy winter weather striking parts of the country overnight. This is some new video out of Kansas showing these dark clouds, wind gusts in excess of 70 miles per hour, and a lot of hail reported there in some spots. And in Norman, Oklahoma, a tornado carved a path of destruction. Thousands of people across the state were hit with some power outages. We're going to get some wind, but Chelsea, not that.
No, we could see some severe weather around here, but that won't come until later this week. I'm thinking like around Friday. That's the timing for us right now. Could change, though, so we're going to keep you updated as we go along. Today's weather story really will be those winds, not from tornadoes, but out of the southwest, ahead of a front that's going to be making its way into our area. We have the clouds around right now, and the winds are calm to light, we'll say, but the gusts will start to pick up as we head into the afternoon. You're looking at gusts anywhere between 30, 40 miles per hour at times for this afternoon. Really won't start to die out until after that front pushes through, so by the wee hours of the morning, those winds will die down. Now, the wind advisory will last until 7 p.m. It takes effect at 10 a.m., will last through 7 p.m. You see much of North Georgia under this wind advisory, where we'll have sustained winds anywhere between 15, 25 miles per hour. So anchor down, folks, and if it's trash day for you, make sure you really anchor down those trash cans. You're looking at temperatures hitting 67 degrees by noon, on our way to 73. We will have a few isolated showers around. They will last right on through the afternoon, right on into the evening, down to 70 degrees by 7 o'clock tonight. There's a better look at that front back off to the west of us. Not a whole lot associated with it, and we're not anticipating a whole lot of rain here either. That warm front is pushing a little further up to the north. See the high pressure just to our north there, and so we'll take some time getting out of the way, but already starting to see those winds begin to shift to the south. That front pushes through and brings in the better chance for the rain, especially as we head toward the evening. Now enjoy tomorrow. Once that front pushes through the area, we'll get the sunshine back in here. My pick for the week, Tuesday. You got to enjoy it because the rain will return to us by Wednesday. In fact, will last for the rest of the week. Here's how it plays out. Forecast track model shows isolated showers around the area. We'll hold on to that at least through about 9 o'clock tonight. That front pushes through. We begin to dry it out. Now, we're not going to cool down behind the front, but we will get the sunshine in here for much of the day on Tuesday. Temperatures well into the 70s for highs. Very, very nice out there. Get a chance to enjoy it because there's the clouds. They run right back into the area with the chance for rain returning to us by Wednesday. We'll hold on to it for Thursday and Friday. Friday could be a couple thunderstorms around, which could pack some gusty winds. Down to 71 degrees for the high. Behind that front, look at this, 38 degree start on Saturday, only making it up to 58 degrees for the high temperature. Partly sunny skies, mostly sunny skies on Sunday. Another 39 degree start will only make it up to 60 for the high.
Continuing your 11 minutes of nonstop news in Clayton County, where we are just an hour away from the start of early voting.
Voters will choose the next sheriff. Christy Diaz is breaking it all down.
One of the most powerful and controversial sheriffs in modern Georgia history will soon be sentenced to federal prison. And today the community is starting to vote on who will be his replacement. There are currently 5 candidates vying for former Sheriff Victor Hill's seat. Here is a look at a sample ballot. You've got Levon Allen, the current incumbent who took over after Hill resigned, Clarence Cox, Terry Evans, Dwayne Fabian, and Chris Story. Everyone but the incumbent got together for a forum earlier this month. Most talked about their plan to overhaul the jail. They also talked about demanding better from whoever becomes sheriff next. Victor Hill was found guilty in federal court of violating the civil rights of jail detainees by restraining them to chairs for several hours. He will be sentenced to prison on March 14th. Now, Election Day to vote on who replaces him will be March 21st, exactly 1 week later.
Also happening hours from now, another push to make Buckhead its own city will get a vote. Last year, lawmakers tabled any efforts to separate Buckhead from the city of Atlanta. Those who want Buckhead to split say they think it will help bring down crime. Others argue a new city means higher taxes and water bills. If it passes today's committee vote, the bill would still have to go before another committee, then the full Senate.
This morning, collectors are snatching up new memorabilia honoring Georgia's most recognized Winter Olympian, Alana Myers-Taylor. Take a look at the brand new limited edition bobblehead of 4-time Olympic bobsledding legend Alana Myers-Taylor, out now. Alana grew up in Douglasville, Georgia. She became the most decorated black athlete in Winter Olympics history when she won silver and bronze in 2022. Alana and her husband recently welcomed a new baby boy. They live in Smyrna, and she's already back training. So Nico's now big brother to baby Noah.
All right, congratulations to the family. I think the bobblehead looks really good too.
It is, it's good.
All right, the Today Show is next, and this morning Vicki Nguyen has a story spring breakers will want to watch.
Hey there, good morning. From sumptuous spas to racetracks, some brand new cruise ships are hitting the waters with one-of-a-kind amenities. Coming up, I'm going to show you what you can do to make the most of your money, not only on land, but also once you get on that ship. That's all ahead this morning on Today.
Well, if you're going out by noon, guess what? There'll be a few isolated showers around. Mostly cloudy for the most part. You're looking at temperatures right around 67 degrees. Going up into the 70s for highs today. It's going to be 73 degrees, but windy and warm, we'll call it, right? Those winds out of the southwest up to 20 miles per hour. Gusts could be a little bit higher than that. By 6 o'clock driving home, you're still looking at a few isolated showers around. Temperatures right around 71 degrees. Beautiful day tomorrow. Take advantage of this one. A 10 on the wazometer. You're looking at 76 for the high. Enjoy it because the rain is going to come back to us and last for the rest of the week until we get to the weekend where we'll start to cool it back down.
Crash, that's where you thrive. You bring in the random factoids. You're always full of random factoids.
I was out of town all weekend. The only random factoid I have is my makeup is covering my sunburn that I got on the top of my bald head.
Little lobster, eh?
You actually got a sunburn.
I don't have that problem.
You get a windburn today.
I don't have that problem. I wear a hat. That's why I wear a hat. You got to put on a hat, man.
I was wearing my golf hat, but then I took it off because the Florida sun, you know me.
Yeah, that must be nice. All right. All right, well, take care out there in the wind today, and we'll look forward to a beautiful day tomorrow. We're handing it off to the Today Show. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning. Have a great day, everybody.